When the Ant-Man Quantumania set was rumored, a lot of people thought it would be a brick-built MODOK that would match the version seen in the movie. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case and ended up just being the action figure Giant Man build. Like a lot of other Marvel movies, we're missing a spot for one of the villains from the movie. And, we have our two official versions that are more comic-based than anything. But I do think that you can easily turn this version of the character into the movie version. I'm going to show you a quick modification to this one to do that. This version of the character has a very nice molded cylinder part that is in light nougat. It actually is pretty surprising. This hairpiece is pretty much one giant build, so you can easily peel it off. And you'll just need a couple of different parts to match the rest of the build, whether it's some gold or dark tan that accents the gold. And I'll just quick show off the different parts you need. The bare minimum parts that you'll need are 3 1x2s of some sorts. I used these modified ones with that extra little bit of texture on them. 2 different 1x2 slope tiles, and a 1x2 tile in either gold or the nougat. But the most important part is this car hood piece that is in that light nougat. This is in one of the flower sets, so it just came out, but it is available on Pick-a-Brick, so it's easy to get. And just getting into the quick construction of it, the first step you're going to have to do is quickly peel up the hair, get the laser off and put it back on. And then the hood piece fits on perfectly and still creates a smooth surface for his forehead. And honestly, it isn't too much of a texture difference between the face and the head. After that is where you can kind of freestyle with it. And I definitely wish I had planned ahead a bit more, that I'd be able to figure this out a lot easier with just the parts I had. And for the most part, what I did use works pretty well. Just stacking those 3 1x2s. Then you have these different spaces where you can put some sort of part. There is a 1x2 in the same light nougat that you can use. Otherwise, you can use any sort of gold 1x2 as well, and it works probably about the same. And you also have some options for what you can do here. I do think using just the dark tan 1x2 curves works pretty well and fits in with the other dark tan accents all the way around the outside. Otherwise, there are some other options, like using those 1x2 tiles and a gold piece to put in the corner, whether it is the more lacquer gold quarter circle, or you can even use the flat gold heart. It really depends. If you introduce this gold, it kind of throws off the color balance, including another color, and aesthetically that might not be the best solution. But just looking at that gold color, it makes it a little bit more realistic, and for the most part, you can actually swap out all the gold parts on this to match that color. And here it is, half and half with the pearl gold and also the lacquer gold. I do think this makes it a little bit more realistic, but obviously it's a fictional character. But, maybe this is an easy way to differentiate a movie version built like this from the comic version from the set, just by using that more metallic gold. Just because, from this side, looks a bit more comic booky, cartoony. And this side looks shinier and more metallic. But of course, if you're going to be using these gold pieces, it's going to be very expensive. For me, I had to quickly borrow from my Infinity Gauntlet. But you know what? This is a really cool look, and it might even be worth a upgrade to this if you're a big fan. One modification that you can do if you want to is switch out these gold parts from the purple ones that are on there originally. But if you already have the sticker put on a purple piece, this doesn't really work as well. Go ahead and buy another sticker sheet though and put it on a gold part. That would work pretty well, and this is definitely more accurate to the movie version. And just for one final comparison, here is this movie version of MODOK compared to my custom built one. And here are the 2 different ways that you can use the given parts by Lego to make different MODOK versions. I'll just say, I'm amazed that M.o.d.o.k has even been in a major blockbuster film at this point. What a weird character. And honestly, it's just fun to build these just because his character really transfers pretty well into Lego just because of the weird shape, and he ends up being kind of bigger and blocky. And I'm glad to have these different renditions out in the world. I do think this works pretty well as that Daring Cross version of MODOK. And, you know, if you don't change out the pearl gold, not even that expensive of an upgrade. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I have other Marvel builds on my channel, so check out those videos. I've been Brick Radiop, and I'll see you in the next video.